The fuck?
Testing 1 2 3. 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 Testing. All right, now it's working here. We apologize about that. I don't think it was working at first there. So once again, we are here for 12UB between Grand Rapids and Hibbing from the IRA Civic Center. Just getting underway. A little over a minute into the game. Shot in by Grand Rapids Greenway. In net this morning for Hibbing is Graceland Heber, number 1. And for Grand Rapids Greenway, can't quite see the number right now. I believe it's... Boy, I can't see that number.
I'll catch it for you. She'll turn for us.
30. Number 30. Tegan Christie. That varsity game, just thrilling. Grand Rapids comes back. They're down 3-1 halfway through the third period, and they're able to score and win the game in regulation.
Yeah, that was a huge test for them, being down 3-1. Actually, being down 2-0 in the game was a huge test for them. And the people that we thought could have stepped up, the people that the leaders of the team. They came up and did it, and I'll say one guy we talked about yesterday really was very emerging in the situation. Garrett Drotz, all season long, last year played JV, worked himself into a couple games. This year, worked himself into the lineup, as a starting role, and now he's actually one of your go-to guys. So and getting the game winner. Not to say all the other good things he did all game long. So excellent job by Garrett Drotz. The team, give a shout out to the coaches. They coached an excellent hockey game. There was moments in the game where me as an announcer, I've been there before with announcing games. I get nervous. I don't care. I hate overtime games, especially when it's a good game and it's a meaningful game, and that was a meaningful game probably for both teams.
It was.
Where War Road, they had been struggling a little bit, and now, talking to Jay Hardwick after the game, the coach of War Road, they've lost 5 games this year, just like that.
And I think
they tied some too, I guess.
If they lost that game, they probably won't get the number 1 seed in Section 7 AA.
No, I get that. And they still got a huge test this week. They played Duluth East on Tuesday night at Heritage Arena in Duluth. And then Thursday night, Hermantown comes to town here and plays here, which that's going to be another huge test. If they lose twice to Hermantown, I don't know how that will hurt them, because Hermantown is actually that good.
They have a high QRF, yes.
Yeah.
Once again, just getting underway here in this 12UB matchup between Grand Rapids Greenway and Hibbing Chisholm. And I believe Grand Rapids Greenway does have an A team. Hibbing Chisholm only one team in the program for 12U.
Yeah, I'd seen that too. This year, this Grand Rapids 12U, their record on the season. It's a 6-win, 12-loss, 2-tie season, but they have played against some tough teams in the cities. They lost to Osseo Maple Grove, which is building probably one of the most powerhouse programs up and coming in the state. So
for all levels.
For all levels,
Yep.
all levels, exactly. So they've got something going on down there. You know, they played Blaine tough. They lost twice to Blaine, but it was, you know, tough games. And so, you know, this is where you learn. This is where you learn the game. Girls and boys, you find out if you really like it. You know, you get to this point, and you're a mite, are younger than this. You play the game, you come to the rink, you have fun, you're doing something great, organized, and you learn if you like it or not. So I'm glad we're here. You know, there's a lot of fans here right now. You know, I see that there's, we really appreciate it, 29 people watching us right now. So I hope this is really helping you guys watch, hopefully family members, friends, you know, any relatives or something that you can't get here, you're out of state. People watch all over the world.
Exactly. Yeah, if you're watching right now, make sure to spread the word that we're doing the game right now. Also the Pee Wee B game. It's the Grand Rapids Pee Wee B1 Orange versus the Hibbing Chisholm Blue Jackets Pee Wee B1s. I think that's going to be a very good game. The Grand Rapids Pee Wee B Orange team is very good. I know that. Hibbing Chisholm has a great, outstanding Pee Wee program, so I would expect their B1 team to be pretty good as well.
Good.
Of course, the Hibbing Pee Wee A's are the top 3 in the state in Class A for Pee Wees, so that's pretty impressive.
That is. You know, it doesn't surprise me. You look at some of the names on the roster. They're names you've heard of before throughout the program. You know, we're starting to see more and more now girls and boys coming through the program that their parents had played in the program. And for years and years, you didn't see a lot of young girls that I did games before, you know, with throughout the state, and now you're seeing their daughters in the program, and I like to see that.
A couple shots there for the Blue Jackets, and a couple saves for the goaltender Christie. Now the puck leaves the zone through neutral, back in the Blue Jacket zone. Going back to get it is Anderson, but it goes all the way down for an icing. Had a lot of icing so far in this one.
You know, I think you're going to get that just because sometimes it seems like the puck moves a lot faster than these kids can skate. I was watching before you got here, there was a mite game going on. And just I watched for a half an hour, there was at least 10 breakaways. Because the kid can catch up, he's behind, he gets through. It's just kind of how it goes. It's really different. Just like I said earlier, this is where you learn, Blake.
Brought out by Grand Rapids Greenway center ice. Now back in the Blue Jacket zone. Shot off the boards by Bangs. Now up the blue line, back to Bangs. Still in the Hibbing Chisholm zone, and now will be brought out by Bangs. Now in the Grand Rapids Greenway zone. Here's number 19, Abigail Zimmer. Back in the Blue Jacket zone in the far corner. Both teams battling for it right now. The Blue Jackets come away with it as they send it out. Goes through neutral. It's going to be no icing on the play. Going back to get it for Grand Rapids Greenway is Emma Duell. Duell loses it to number 7. Puts a shot that hits the pipe. Number 7 to Avery Kokowski. Now up along the half wall. Hibbing Chisholm cannot hold the blue line. Play at neutral. Back to Brayla Anderson. Sends it all the way down. Another icing here. 8 minutes remaining in period 1. Still looking for our first goal of the hockey game.
You know, the one thing that still gets me about these games is because I don't know, that you may answer this, you ref and you see it. Before this COVID came about and the pandemic and the whole 9 masks, did they Zamboni the game in periods and games like these? Between periods?
Yes.
They did?
Yes. For pretty much all levels. Some rinks, I mean, a lot of the rinks did squirts even, and not mites obviously, but squirts. They resurfaced, and some didn't as well.
And so now not doing that, the games get done a lot quicker. People get out of the arena.
I don't get it though.
It does not make sense.
For a Bantam game, the ice is
terrible,
almost unplayable after the second period. So it does not make sense. JV, you have 2 resurfaces. Varsity, you have 2 resurfaces. It does not make sense.
We did that junior gold game. They didn't do that. I was absolutely blown away that they didn't do that in the junior gold game. Those are high school kids skating. They consider that a youth program because high school doesn't want nothing to do with the junior gold program. But literally, I don't get the whole thing. I really don't.
It does not make sense. I think it should change for playoffs coming up here. Definitely, it should change. I mean, you could just sit on the bench if you don't want the players going back to the locker room. That's what I think. I mean,
yeah, no.
For districts and regions coming up, it should definitely change.
Yep.
That's a Minnesota hockey rule, I believe.
It is, and I think one thing that people that are gonna control it are gonna be coaches and referees are gonna have to make this thing, because the referees are the ones they're on the ice too. They see it firsthand. It changes the play. It controls. It might as well play outdoors. Like back in the day, and you go to pass the puck and it's snowing, it takes a turn. This is actually a good game right now, Blake. There's a lot of it. I mean, these girls are pretty fast.
Playing the Grand Rapids Greenway zone up at the point. Blue Jackets trying to send it in. Now the puck does squirt out to neutral. Sent across the ice now over to the near side. And it's going to be shot in by number 12, Greta Nelson. Now over on the far half wall. Grand Rapids Greenway will send it out. Center ice. Now here comes Hibbing Chisholm. Emma McDowell shoots it all the way in. Coming in to pick it up for the Lightning. It's number 19. I thought it was 15 at first, but there's no 15 on my roster. Number 19, Abigail Zimmer. Stoppage of play now. Looks like an offside. 5:36 remaining in period 1.
I noticed a lot of play done between the blue lines, center ice. I think the one thing that, at this level too, from here to the next level, your feet catch up to the passing ability and the skating. A lot of passes. It seems like sometimes the skating's either ahead of the puck or behind the puck at this level. They're just they can't get the crisp pass, which I think that, this is where it changes from here to the next level. Because you get into in the high school, even in the high school JV, the passing's a lot more crisp. The skating is caught up to it. And then you get into the varsity, regardless of boys or girls, you see a lot of crisp passing.
Back at the Hibbing Chisholm zone, over on the far side now. The Blue Jackets send it out to neutral. Now back in the Grand Rapids Greenway zone. Backhanded over the center, now shot out by number 4, Quinley Cargill. Sends it all the way down. Doesn't go down for an icing. Cargill comes in and picks it up now for Grand Rapids Greenway. Trying to find a pass there. Now number 14 trying to put a shot there. Lola Chaplin got blocked away. Now Hibbing Chisholm comes the other way. Picked up by Grand Rapids Greenway. Here's Madeline Scheiman. Another offside here. Stoppage of play. Scoreless between Hibbing Chisholm and Grand Rapids Greenway 12 UBs. 4:16 remaining in period 1.
You can tell something. I've been in arena for a lot of youth hockey games in the last few years. That Mike game, Blake, they had miniature nets. I'd never seen the miniature nets before. We used big nets back in the day.
Yep. I remember when my brother was a mini-mite in Mite, he would score 8 goals a game in mini-mites. That wasn't the case for me. I was waving at the parents in the stands and as a mini-mite.
Yeah, where's my dad? Where's my mom? Here I am out here, huh? Yeah, I get it.
Playing the Hibbing Chisholm zone. Near corner, picked up by the Blue Jackets, trying to skate up with it. Now over on the far half wall. Now the Blue Jackets will pick it up. Sends it through neutral. Now chasing for it in the Grand Rapids Greenway zone is Kylie Mackey. Mackey sends it out front, intercepted by Sopzak. Sent all the way in by number 5 of the Blue Jackets, Bryn Babbage. Sent towards the net, shot by number 3, Kylie Mackey, goes wide. 3 minutes remaining in period 1. Another shot there. Nice play by the Grand Rapids Greenway defender, number 2. Braylee Gunderman blocked it, Braylee Gunderman blocked it away. Another shot there.
That was a nice save.
Yeah, it was. Now Grand Rapids Greenway will flip it out to center ice for the Blue Jackets. Here's Anderson. In neutral now, back in the Lightning zone and carried out by number 19, Abigail Zimmer. Zimmer shoots it all the way down. The Hibbing Chisholm zone over on the far side now. It's going to be brought out by the Blue Jackets. They're going to send it all the way down for an icing. Stoppage of play with 2:06 remaining in period 1. We also had another youth game on Up North Hockey here today. Randy was up in International Falls. He was visiting family or something, but he found some time to do a Bantam A game between Hibbing Chisholm and International Falls. He was happy to do that. We're happy that he woke up that early and did that game. I'm sure he was at the rink at about 8:45 or so, maybe even like 8:30, because Randy likes to take his, he likes a lot of time to get ready, so I'm sure he was there at probably 8 o'clock. Here comes the Blue Jackets the other way. Can't get a shot. Shot that goes wide now. But yeah, that was a 9:45 start.
Yeah, listen, somebody had the International Falls goalie, the varsity goalie, Mitchell Nimnick, doing his color and camera for him. He was doing a great job.
What was the score of that game like when you were watching?
It was 3-0 when
Hibbing?
that was, Hibbing.
Okay.
It was second period was just about to be over. Second period just ended.
Okay. I know International Falls, they only have one Bantam team. They only have a Bantam A team.
And after doing that game the other night up in Evelyn, their varsity don't have huge numbers either.
No. And also Greenway only has one Bantam team as well. Bantam A team.
Yeah, that's too bad.
It's good to see them playing Bantam A though. I mean, it's better than playing just, Bantam B.
Yeah, I get it.
Just under 1 minute remaining in period 1. 55 seconds remaining. Still scoreless between Hibbing Chisholm and Grand Rapids Greenway. 12UB. Back in the Lightning zone. Sent up the near half wall now. A shot blocked away there by number 2 of the Lightning, Gunderman. Blue Jackets keep it in. Now it's going to be covered up by the goaltender, Tegan Christie. Stoppage of play, 31 seconds remaining in period 1.
Oh, it sounds to me like we might have lost our sound again.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very good right now, so we'll try to get that fixed up in between the second and periods here. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
No, oh.
All right, testing 1, 2, 3. I think we're back now, Eric. Sounds a little better. Still a little scratchy, it seems like. Yeah, it's fine now. It's good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's wish we could really pinpoint what the situation is. You know, definitely wish we could figure out.
Yeah, it's working right now. So
It is working.
Kind of just talk about this first period now.
Yeah.
Very competitive. There's no shots on goal on the shot clock, but we have a 0-0 game after 1 period of play. Chances back and forth for both teams. So good hockey game so far.
Yeah, excellent hockey game. Both goalies have made some really nice saves. The Grand Rapids goalie, she made a great save. She had the puck was actually it was backhanded. I thought it was the Hibbing fans to the right of me. I think they thought it was going in the net, and I thought it was going in the net. And she was able to, she saved that with the blocker. You know, it got her blocker on it, and it went up over the net. So that was nice. That keeps the score at 0-0. Start of the second period. Probably see an entertaining second period here again.
And we appreciate that message, Candy Babbage. I wasn't aware that I was scratching up, and I didn't know that the sound was faint. Our voices were faint on the broadcast, so we appreciate that message. Yeah, make sure to let us know again if stuff is acting up. So, second period is underway from the IRA Civic Center between Hibbing Chisholm and Grand Rapids Greenway, girls 12UB. Back in the Lightning zone, sent behind the net now, over to the near corner. Oh, a shot there, scores from the point. Number 11 gets the Blue Jackets on the board first.
Where was that scored at, Blake? On the ice. I preach it. On the ice. Right through the 5-hole.
These younger groups probably keep the puck on the ice better than the older groups.
Way better. Way better.
You know, when you're younger, you have a harder time raising the puck. But yeah, I mean, you need to keep the puck on the ice in these high school levels. I mean, it's
man. I'll tell you how the game-winning goal get scored last night on the ice.
Yeah, once in a short while, you might get lucky and pick that top corner, but it doesn't happen too often, really.
No. I you know what? Oh, that hit the pipe.
Yeah, shot there by number 14, Lola Champlin. And, yeah, opportunity there for Grand Rapids Greenway. Another opportunity for the Blue Jackets. Breakaway for Avery Kakowski. And covered up by the goaltender, Christie. Stoppage of play. Quick goal for the Blue Jackets. They take the 1-0 lead here in this second period of play.
Yes. You know, we were talked about this earlier. You know, they play in this pond hockey. They got that, the red, it looks like a crossbar, you know, only. That's all they use for the net. I think every high school should use those things, and you can't get off the ice, go home until you hit that thing 10 times.
There you go.
I think there'd be some of these high school boys be here all night long.
Shot there, goes wide by the Blue Jackets. We're kind of talking about that. I think it was last week. They should use those.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah, that would be great drill, I think, just to keep the puck low. You just see it so many times, especially this year.
Man.
A lot of shots going over the net, hitting the glass and the backboards. Lots of, you know, sometimes it seems like there's a lot more attempted shots than actual shots on net.
Oh, completely. Absolutely. You know, way more. And, you know, another thing, too, is I always said, you know, now you don't have to put the plate drill up. We used to go to the outdoor rink and we'd bring paper plates and we'd tape them up in the corners. I think nowadays they got those canvas things you strap to the net that's got the holes in it.
Little flurry out front of the Grand Rapids Greenway net there. Now up at the point. Blue Jackets can't hold the blue line. And now we're going to have an offside here. Stoppage of play with 12:47 remaining in period 2, 1-0 in favor of the Blue Jackets. Once again, scoring the goal for Hibbing Chisholm was number 11, Ayla Bangs, I believe.
Nice shot. Really nice shot. Was able to keep it down right in the 5-hole.
Back in the Blue Jacket zone. Here's Kakowski. Now up to neutral. St. George.
That's mine. As long as it's only one, Blake.
Well, looks like we had a young Grand Rapids Greenway player
Come on,
asking if that was our dollar in the stands there, but I don't think it was. Maybe it was. 11:54 remaining in period 2. 1-0 in favor of Hibbing Chisholm. Over on the far side in the Lightning zone. Blue Jackets trying to put a shot on. They whiff on the shot. Now coming up with speed is number 7. Shot scores! That was actually number 2, Braylee Gunderman. Nice rush there by Gunderman. She goes right past the defenders. Nice shot. Upper shelf. Makes it 1-1. 11:35 remaining in period 2.
Yeah, no. She split the defense right up the middle, and that was really nice. A lot of speed. Sensed the goalie come out far enough. Tried to block it, but she was able to take a nice hard shot and got it in the net. Good for her.
So
1-1 goal.
Grand Rapids Greenway responds and ties it up at 1 apiece. Been a good hockey game so far here at the IRA Civic Center. 12 UB between Grand Rapids Greenway and Hibbing Chisholm. It's backhanded in by number 2, Emma McDowell, deep in the Grand Rapids Greenway zone. Picked up by the Lightning now, sent up the far half wall. And flipped out by number 13, Madeline Shyman. Here comes Grand Rapids Greenway the other way once again. Now got broken up by Hibbing Chisholm, shut out by McDowell through neutral. Now once again back in the Grand Rapids zone. And picked up by the Lightning. And it's kept in at the point by Cargill. Over to the far corner. Lightning trying to shoot it out. Kept in by number 10. Lappy. Now play at center ice. Here's McCormick. McCormick gets it taken away by Champlin. Now over on the near side. In the Hibbing Chisholm zone. Sent out front. Can't connect on the pass. Here's Kakowski now. Shoots it out to neutral. And it's going to be shot right back in by Grand Rapids Zimmer. Now through neutral, back in the Lightning zone now. Sent up the boards on the far side. Now up to the blue line. It's going to be kept in by Hibbing Chisholm there momentarily. Now play at neutral. Here's number 11, Laya Bangs. Backhands it up. Now back at the blue line. In the Grand Rapids Greenway zone. Shot there by number 9, Riley St. George, goes wide. Play back at Thompson. Shot goes wide. Hits the backboards. Now on the near side. But the point shot right on by number 19, Abigail Zimmer. We're going to have a penalty coming up on the Blue Jackets here. First penalty of the game. First power play of the game for Grand Rapids Greenway.
It's not often. It's just maybe it's her first one, but she didn't seem too disappointed when she was like excited. Where do I go? I got a penalty.
I believe that's Takara Lappy, number 10, heading to the box, a 2-minute minor.
And it must have happened behind the play because I never seen it happen.
I didn't see it either.
No, the game's starting to pick up a little bit of pace here. So getting some shots. It's good hockey for what it is. These girls are playing their heart out.
So power play for Grand Rapids Greenway here. just getting underway. 9:05 remaining in period 2. We have a tie hockey game at 1 apiece. Here come the Lightning, trying to drive to the net. Taken away by the Blue Jackets. Now play at center ice. Lightning trying to pick it up, but it's going to be backhanded up by McDowell of Hibbing Chisholm. Now back in the Blue Jacket zone and shot back out by Anderson. Now the Lightning are offsides. Break of the action. Minute 22 remaining on their power play.
Yeah, check that, Blake. Our sound is sounding really good right now. We're
Okay.
sounding perfect. No crackling, no nothing. I don't know. I think sometimes this arena is why this arena gets colder than most.
Yes, it's always pretty cold here at the IRA Civic Center. Here's the funny thing, though. One, they don't put the heaters on anymore because you don't have many fans. But last year, I remember doing games here, and I took off my jacket all the time, and I was still very hot.
Yep, I've sat in this right here in this press box with a T-shirt.
and you're still hot. I mean, and now, it used to be a warm rink, and now, like we said, they don't turn the heaters on anymore. Maybe a couple around the rink, but not many.
I actually had to hunt this morning. I don't own a full-size pair of socks. I got just those little ankle socks, and I had to hunt for a pair because I knew I was going to have to do that today.
35 seconds remaining on the power play for the Lightning. Good penalty kill so far for Hibbing Chisholm out front now. Trying to put a shot on there was Cargill. Now the Blue Jackets are going to pick it up. Trying to shoot it out was Mackey. Intercepted by the Lightning. Shot blocked away by Nelson. Over on the far side now. Sent over to Sobczak. Now cleared away by Nelson. Up at the point. Lightning can't hold the blue line. Back to 5-on-5 hockey now. The Blue Jackets are back at full strength. 7:14 remaining in period 2. 1-1 hockey game. Now back in the Blue Jacket zone. It's going to be sent up the far side by Greta Nelson. Bazarich couldn't hold the blue line there. Now back in the Lightning zone. Shot there, goes wide. Picked up by Bazarich. Sends it behind the net over to the near side. Now stoppage of play here. Looks like an offside. 6:45 remaining in period 2. Tied up at 1 apiece.
I said it before about the girls. It seems like sometimes, they play more position hockey. And you look out here, very seldom do you see any of these girls where you got 3 forwards on one side of the rink. There's always one girl that just stays where she's supposed to. I like that about the girls' hockey part of it. They seem to play position hockey, like it's meant to be played.
Grand Rapids Greenway trying to backhand it in. It will be shot in there momentarily by Zimmer. Now sent all the way down by Hibbing Chisholm for an icing. Another break in the action here. 6:23 remaining in period 2. Still 1-1.
Last night during the game, Blake, I had mentioned that about the dump and chase thing. I'm not a real fan of dump and chase, never have been. But I need to clarify that there's times you need to dump and chase.
For a change.
Anything
Yep.
like that. But like on the power play, how Warrow was doing it, I'd love to see that. What they were doing last night, instead of just dumping it, they had no one in the zone to get it to. They actually brought it all the way back in their own zone, set up, and brought it in with, a little bit of force, and organization. And I like that, It just made them look so clean.
It's going to be shot all the way down by Hibbing Chisholm once again. Another icing here. Another stoppage of play.
And I'm not really sure what our player of the game had on his head last night, but that was kind of one of the ugliest helmets I ever did see.
I believe that's the boys Thunderhawks player.
Yeah.
They kind of do a player of the game, too.
That thing is old. I like the meaning of it. It was awesome, but I was like,
Yep.
What is that?
Yep.
That's what back in the day, that's what they thought would save you if you were in a snowmobile or motorcycle accident.
Of course, Hermantown's always been known for doing the pink bike helmet for player of the game.
Guess I've never seen that.
Oh, yeah, you used to always see it down at the state tournament when Bruce Plant, they still do it now, but when Bruce Plant was there. Yeah, he was once wearing it.
Really?
After they won one of their championship games, Bruce Plant was wearing that pink bike helmet.
Really, yeah, that makes it fun. I don't care who you are. That makes it just different things fun. Mitchell Niminick, when you interviewed him that time, he had what was that, a Bronco head.
The horse mask, yep.
Yeah, and he was really, he was getting into it.
Yeah, that was a great interview, for sure.
And I'll give a shout out to Grand Rapids native Zach Stasko, for freshman for the UMD Bulldogs, getting a win last night over St. Cloud State. Big win, big win. Next weekend's game in St. Cloud, that's a one-game show. Winner of that one will pretty much seal up second place in the NCHC regionals out in North Dakota. So that was a huge win for UMD. UMD loses that game last night. They're going to probably they could probably been in 4th seed. They were on that bubble from getting second, maybe even getting knocked down to 5th. So that was huge. Good job last night for the UMD Bulldogs.
And Eric, you probably don't like my hat right now that I'm wearing. North Dakota hockey.
I like the hat. It's fine. I wish you had a nice emblem on there.
Yeah, that's my college hockey team though, North Dakota.
I can't hold that against you. It's not my fault.
But I do like the Bulldogs too. A lot of Minnesota kids on that team. Shot there by the Blue Jackets. Glove saved by the goaltender Tegan Christie.
We got good hockey players all over. Last night, Micah Miller, St. Cloud got snake bit right away. UMD scored 3 goals, just boom, 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 and right away, and it just it was a mountain for them to climb. So he had a good game. I think this next one, because the end of it, there was a lot of they had a little animosity going on against each other. There was some pushing and shoving, some penalties taken. So I think this is setting up a rivalry game, in-state rivalry between the Bulldogs and the Huskies for next weekend's matchup, which is going to be pretty amazing. I will be watching that. Sounds to me like I'll be watching that from a hotel room somehow, some way.
Play at neutral here. 3:45 remaining in period 2, still tied up at 1 apiece. It's 12 UB hockey between Grand Rapids Greenway and Hibbing Chisholm. Back in the Grand Rapids Greenway zone. Picked up by the Lightning now as they shoot it out to neutral. Now for Hibbing, here's number 4, Brayla Anderson. Flips it up to number 7, Avery Kukowski. Kukowski driving in along the half wall. Now she loses it. Puck goes behind the net over to the far side. The Lightning will shoot it all the way down, and that will be another icing.
There's one thing right there that just happened, and maybe not high school, college, professional, maybe your Bantam level, but when you get into the Pee Wee level and down, it'd be nice if they made a thing where if the player's not going to get to the puck, they're skating really hard, and I've still seen, even after the whistle's blown on an icing, there's still a good collision at the other end. It's just because they got speed.
Yeah, that would be a good rule. NHL does it. Does college hockey do that?
No, but no? NHL, they do it for a great reason.
Yep. Sent out by the Lightning. Play at neutral. Front of the scorer's table now. Let the Lightning come away with it. Here's Gunderman. Shot goes wide. Play still in the Hibbing Chisholm zone. Kept in at the point by Basarich. Now sent out front. Intercepted by number 12, Greta Nelson of Hibbing. Now the Blue Jackets will send it out. Going back to getting a neutral for Grand Rapids is Kleinfelter. Back of the Blue Jacket zone. Shot to neutral. Now here's Kleinfelter. Driving in with it. Shot. And a glove save by the goaltender, Brycelyn Heber. 2:09 remaining in period 2. Still 1-1 between Hibbing Chisholm and Grand Rapids Greenway. Chisholm So face off in the Blue Jacket zone to the right of Heber. One back by the Blue Jackets, sent up the boards by Anderson. Now, little backhand shot goes wide by the Lightning. Now the Blue Jackets come away with it. Here's Babbage. Babbage will poke it out. Back in the Grand Rapids Greenway zone now. Here's number 13, Madeline Scheiman. Scheiman sends it up to center ice and shot right back in by Hibbing Chisholm. Trying to get it for Grand Rapids is Zimmer. Up to the point on the far side. Battle for it now. Still battling. And now the puck finally does come out.
I like that. Hibbing coach is doing some coaching from over there. Trying to get his defenseman in the right position in case that puck squirted out of that little scrum.
Kept in by the Blue Jackets. Backhanded in by McDowell. Now the Lightning pick it up in their own zone. Here's Duell. Now over on the far side, still in the Lightning zone, just under 1 minute remaining in period 2. Now it's going to be shot out by the Lightning, and they will pick it up at neutral. And poked away by number 4, Brayla Anderson, the Blue Jacket zone. Now Hibbing Chisholm comes the other way. Shot there by St. George goes wide. Now the Lightning pick it up once again. Over on the near side now. Up along the sideboards, poked ahead. Blue Jackets send it all the way back down. That was Kylie Mackey sending it behind the net. Now the Lightning pick it up. Madeline Scheiman. Through neutral, back in the Hibbing Chisholm zone now. 16 seconds remaining in period 2. The Lightning will pick it up. Now here come the Blue Jackets as they send it to neutral. Civic Center, our score after 2, Hibbing Chisholm 1 and Grand Rapids Greenway 1 as well.
Yeah, definitely. Good hockey game. Really appreciate everybody tuning in and watching it. The goal that was scored by Grand Rapids, man, she's fast. The way she split the two defensemen, I was surprised. I mean, how fast she was. And then to pull the puck up from her forehand to her backhand just to make that final move to get in on the goalie was really nice. But yeah, I just enjoy it. I like being in this arena. Always have. That's where I played my very first hockey game, right here in this arena. I just like looking at, I look at those 4 banners up there, and it's only 4, but man, look at that, 75 and 76. That was quite a run for Grand Rapids back in the day.
Also looking at the girls Lightning banners, 2012, 2008, second place at state, and then also 2007. So within about 5 years in that time frame there, very good program for the Lightning girls.
And and you can kind of say, okay, about the time that Lightning got going up there, the orange banners from 75, 76, and 80, Grand Rapids had a huge run in there, and that was just how the times were back then. Everything with nobody, there was no tier 2, there was no single A. It was all one, played for everything, and you had teams, competing, against each other that. They were equivalent to International Falls. Rosal, smallest school in history, to go down and win the state tournament in the state of Minnesota. Their enrollment, I think they said that one year was like 290. So a lot of history in here. And then even the black banners, the appearances. You look at the consolation, second place. In 06, 07, nobody expected Grand Rapids to go to the state tournament in 06, 07. They get down there, and they had 2 huge upsets in the quarterfinals each year, semifinals. Ran into a mountain of a team against. I believe one of them was against Cretan Durham Hall. It was pretty. They beat them bad.
Just like to take this time to thank our sponsors really quick. The Rink Sports Grill in Eveleth, 90 Degree Media. Check out our website, upnorthhockey.com. Iron Range Apparel, Minnesota Twist Drill, Anthony Seating, AC and Refrigeration, G&B Environmental, and Winnie Trading Post. Also, if you're looking to donate to Up North Hockey, you could do that by going through Venmo. Download that app, make an account, and then look up North-Hockey. Information on that is in the description below in this live stream. Then also on our website, upnorthhockey.com. You can also find information and a link to go to our PayPal account as well.
Yes, anything is greatly appreciated. We've put a lot of effort into this, Blake, to do this and to help people. We do it because we like to do it, and so anything that people can help us with, we greatly appreciate it.
Third period just getting underway here from the IRA Civic Center. It's been a very good hockey game here in this 12UB matchup, 1-1 between Hibbing Chisholm and Grand Rapids Greenway. We're going to have an offside here. Breaking the action, 13:52 remaining in period 3.
Do you ever ref these games?
I've done a couple. A couple weeks ago I did, I think I did 2 10UB games.
Really?
Not a lot, though. I do mostly Bantam AA, Bantam B, Pee Wee AA. I've been doing it for 6 years, so I get a lot of the older level games.
Yep. Are there a lot of referees?
Grand Rapids is everyone's saying that Grand Rapids is in need of refs, younger refs too. Also some older refs actually. They don't have enough older refs reffing.
I would never do it. I couldn't do it. I would be I hate people yelling at me. Referees, they always get yelled at, all the time. And even if they make the right call, people are always going to be down on them.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me too much.
Oh, you got to have thick skin. I think that's kind of a huge life lesson is, as you go through life, I think you got to have thick skin.
Yeah, you're right about that. I was doing a junior gold game last night, and for youth hockey, up until junior gold, you cannot ice it ever, even on the penalty kill. So I was using that rule for the junior gold, and it was Buffalo and Grand Rapids. Buffalo iced it down, so I called it icing, blew the whistle, and the whole crowd erupted.
Why would you use that rule, though? What's the purpose? It being junior gold?
Well, it's youth hockey. It's Minnesota hockey, USA hockey sanctioned.
Oh.
It's sanctioned by USA Hockey. So I thought it was the same rule, and that was my first junior goal game I've done this year.
Okay, because it's not the rule.
That's not the rule. No,
I looked it up.
I thought it was.
Okay, I see what you're saying. No, I get it. Yeah, you make mistakes. It happens.
But my point was, the whole crowd erupted after that.
That's too bad. That is too bad.
I just smile. I mean, it doesn't bother me too much.
No, you have to. Yeah, I don't know. And then you know what, Blake? I think it's a heck of a workout you playing in a game, doing refereeing.
Well, yeah, these players play, 1 minute, 2 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
Referees out there the whole game.
Up and down the ice.
And, sometimes you are skating pretty hard.
Yes.
If there's a breakaway or something, you got to get down there and get there to, make the goal call and stuff. So, and watch for any penalties. So, yeah, it's a good workout. It's fun to do, good money. So, for, anyone, young kids, hockey players, and even people that love hockey. I mean, it's a great thing to do. It's a great activity.
Yeah, no.
And, it's a hobby for many people, including myself. This is a hobby. Reffing's a hobby for me. You get paid pretty good money for that. Yep. I also like PA announcing too. So anything that involves hockey is a big hobby for me.
No, I hear you. And I would be one of the referees, International Native and Grand Rapids coach in 1980, Buzzy Christensen. He coached the WCHA for years. He was a referee and a school teacher at the same time. It's a hobby.
11:48 remaining in period 3. Still 1-1 between Grand Rapids Greenway and Hibbing Chisholm in this 12UB matchup. Ooh, that should have been a penalty there.
That was a huge takedown.
Here comes Hibbing Chisholm the other way. Sent out front, shot. No shot, but number 9 for Hibbing Chisholm was all alone out front, Riley St. George. Golden opportunity for Hibbing Chisholm, but St. George could pull the trigger there.
That's what you see a lot of times. That centering pass, it's right there. Catching up to it's a whole different ball game.
One back by the Blue Jackets. They send it up now. It's going to be brought in by Bryn Babbage. Babbage shot right on. Covered up by the goaltender, Tegan Christie. 11:16 remaining in period 3. Still tied up at 1 apiece.
You know, the one thing, the experience that these new kids coming into this PWB program that we're going to be experiencing here, they don't get the locker room experience. You know, that's too bad, because that right there is some great memories of mine over time, being in the locker room with your team and, you know, the coach coming in and talking to you and the music, getting pumped up, all that stuff. They'll not get to experience that this year.
A few seconds ago, there's a shot by number 3, Kylie Mackey. Big save for the goaltender, Christie. Now shot out by Grand Rapids Greenway to neutral. Here come the Lightning. Now they bring it in. Up at the point now. Shot all the way in by number 14, Lola Champlin. Now back to neutral. Now shot deep in the zone by the Lightning. Going back to pick it up for Hibbing Chisholm is number 8, Corey McCormick. Now up at neutral. It's brought up by number 2, and then now a shot on net there for Grand Rapids Greenway. Covered up by the goaltender, Christie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, my dad just brought me some Burger King, so I'm happy.
There you go. It was kind of my breakfast this morning. My breakfast plan didn't turn out so well this morning. I had other plans, but I took what I could. Can't go wrong with a Burger King once in a while.
10:15 remaining in period 3. 1-1 still. Back in the Grand Rapids Greenway zone. Over to the near side now. Lightning control. It's shot out up to center ice. Here's Scheiman. Scheiman driving in. Shot right on there. Blockered away by the goaltender, Heber, for Hibbing Chisholm. Here come the Lightning again. Broken up by Hibbing Chisholm's Benz. Now over along the far half wall. Up at the point now. It's going to be shot in by number 19, Abigail Zimmer. Along the near half wall now. Even for 12UB and, you know, these younger levels, the ice gets beat up pretty bad.
It is.
In the third period.
That.
And, you know, yeah, junior gold and Bantams, it's just awful. I mean, looks like an outdoor rink after the third period. I mean, looks like it just snowed the night before.
Well, I know the junior gold from Grand Rapids coach, he said, he don't agree with it. He said it should be, junior gold should be treated as far as the Zamboni and just as well as the JV. And I agree with that. And I don't know, I kind of feel that should be, it should be a discussion between the referees on the ice, the coaches, and the arena people to kind of get together and say, okay, the ice is unplayable now.
Yeah, I don't get it, though. JV and junior gold at, some of these programs, especially Grand Rapids, it's,
they're high school kids.
Pretty similar. I mean,
pretty
similar hockey.
Skate hard, and who's to say the team ain't coming in? They're going to skate hard too. And
I just don't get that junior varsity gets 2 resurfaces during the game. It doesn't make sense at all. Play at neutral here in front of the benches.
And that is statewide, Blake?
Yes.
Okay.
Going to be brought in by the Blue Jackets. Babbage, shot there, saved by Christie. Now over on the far side, 7:45 remaining in period 3. Brought out by the Lightning. Now they're going to be offside. Offside against the Blue Jackets here, breaking the action. 1-1 still with 7:40 remaining in our final period of play.
Yeah, it's getting crunch time here. Last night we were here, 7:40 left in the game, and it was 3-1 Moore Road. And this is about the turning point for Grand Rapids. Turned it up last night.
It was, about 7:30 or so.
Yep.
And if you're watching that game, I was just a little too excited during those goals. But, I mean, after rewatching it, you know, the whole third period, second half of the third period was a blur for me. I mean, it went by so fast, but, you know, after watching it again, I feel like my calls were justified because it was amazing that they came back. They scored to get within one goal. Then Warroad comes back and makes it 3-1. You know, I thought it was over by then. I really thought the game was over. But then, you know, Morquay comes back, gets Grand Rapids within one right away, and then they tied it up at 3. And that was just amazing that they won the game in regulation.
You're right. Well, you know, the get them within one and the tying goal were won by 2 excellent face-offs, one by Braden Holcomb and one by Joey Del Greco. And they brought back the defenseman. Defenseman scored goals. Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, 2 of the goals were, seconds off the face-off.
Yes.
So that was, you know, I've said it time and time again now in the last 24 hours. That was by far the game of the year.
It was. Last year we had that game here in Grand Rapids where
out front, Lightning can't get a shot up there. Another chance. Shot scores! Grand Rapids Greenway makes it 2-1. Scored the goal number 2. Braylee Gunderman, 2-1. Grand Rapids Greenway.
She was up front in the slot all by herself, puck on her stick, and she made a really nice wrist shot. Got it up about glove level, went right over the top of the glove of the goalie for Hibbing. Puts it up now. Grand Rapids leads this. 6:10 left in the game. I think we just called it. This is where they turn it up. Grand Rapids turns it up in their own rink, and that's what just happened. So hopefully they keep the pedal to the metal here.
And I believe that's Braylee Gunderman's second goal of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Number 2.
Oh, maybe it was number 2 who scored that breakaway. I thought number 7 scored that breakaway.
Yeah, I'm not.
Might have been number 2.
Not totally sure, but 2-1. Grand Rapids Greenway over Hibbing Chisholm with 5:48 remaining in period 3. It's been a very competitive hockey game here, sent down by the Lightning.
Yeah, it has.
We thank everyone for tuning in here this afternoon. Decent viewership for this game.
Yeah, you bet. At one point, I think they said 32 up there.
Okay.
No, I mean, we do it to help them out. Hope they're enjoying it.
Well, more than one of the high school games we did.
Yeah.
I think we had, we did a Northern Tier and Grand Rapids Greenway girls high school hockey game, and it was we had about 25 people watching that game, which is fine. We don't expect 400 people every game, but for these youth games, we've been getting very good viewership.
Because I think what we're doing is we're actually making it available to family, friends. I said it, family, friends, fans. It's one of the reasons we're doing this.
And then, of course, when we did that girls game, that Grand Rapids Greenway girls game, Sheldon was here too with his stream, so we both had about the same viewership. So there's about 50 people or so total watching that game between our stream and Sheldon Willis's stream. Yeah, we have a good hockey game here. 4:49 remaining in period 3, 2-1 in favor of Grand Rapids Greenway, sent all the way down by the Lightning. No icing on the play over in the far corner now. Sent up the boards now. Here's Kukowski trying to drive it out. It's tipped in by Scheiman. Over on the near side, brought up by Hibbing Chisholm, poked away by, I believe that's number, it's hard to see that jersey there. That's number 2, Gunderman, the goal scorer for Grand Rapids Greenway. Shot there, goes wide. Now over to the near corner. Hibbing Chisholm comes away with it. Shot up the boards to neutral, and now it's going to be shot right back in by number 19, Abigail Zimmer, for the Lightning. So talking about the Grand Rapids Greenway girls high school hockey program, for the first half of the season, that team really struggled in the third period. They lost a lot of games in the third period, numerous games, and now, last couple games, they've won 2 games in the third period, I think. I feel they're playing a lot better in the third period. They were trailing on Tuesday night. They were playing Hibbing Chisholm over at the Snake Pit in Coleraine. They were trailing Hibbing going into the third period. I think they're maybe losing by 2 goals. Then they
Yeah.
storm back in the third period, and yeah, it's good to see them playing better in the third period because for a while they're kind of like that World team. They kept losing hockey games in the third period and not playing all 3 periods.
You know, I could see it on the face of the coach of Warroad Warriors, Jay Hardwick, last night, just heartbroken that, you know, his team has lost, you know, say 4 games like that and tied 2 games like that. So, you know, they keep fighting, though.
Opportunity for a Hibbing Chisholm shot, scores! Hibbing Chisholm ties it up at 2 apiece with 3:13 remaining in period 3. Not sure who poked that one in there.
No, right on the corner of the. I'm going to say if they're leading out like this, it's going to be number 2.
So with 3:05 remaining in period 3, is 2-2. Now we're going to have an icing here. Puck goes all the way down. Stoppage to play. 2:58 remaining.
Yeah, you know, you know, I was sitting there thinking a minute ago about, man, I wonder what the shots could be in this game. It'd be so hard to tell because so many shots were put at, you know, they shot, you know, at the net that it would be tough to. It'd be tough to keep track of shots on the game like this because so many shots came from far out and. See, both coaches are up on the boards, one leg. They're ready. The coaches are into this game. They want to win this game.
I'm kind of surprised that they have both teams have 3 coaches on the bench.
Yes. You know what? I'm putting money on it. There's probably most of them are fathers that are really concerned and they want to see their daughters do well.
Shot there, tipped out front by Grand Rapids Greenway on their own net. The save by the goaltender, Christie. Now picked up by the Lightning. They'll shoot it out to neutral. Now shot up by Hibbing Chisholm, intercepted by number 13, Shyman, who shoots it in. Along the backboards in the Hibbing Chisholm zone. Now an offside here, stoppage of play. Only 1:54 remaining in period 3.
You know, I was looking at the scores. The Bantam Double A's, they run into another buzzsaw. I think that's like the 3rd or 4th time they played them this year. Osseo Maple Grove, man, they must be good down there. They beat them. The score was 9-1. And I know they beat them a couple times with the big scores like that. And so, you know, that they must have a great program going on down there.
Yeah, I believe Osseo Maple Grove is the #1 team in the state. They were last year, and they are this year once again.
Yeah, holy smokes.
But in their first game, they tied Centennial,
yes.
So that was a good game
1-1, I've seen that.
But now some other tough games coming up. Minnetonka, I believe today, or that was probably, today they play Minnetonka. And, that's a very tough, I don't think it's a tournament, just a set of games down in Duluth and Hermantown.
Yes.
It's good, though. It's good to play those teams. I mean, you're going to play those teams once you get to high school, so you might as well play them.
Guys.
You might as well play them in youth hockey. You know, youth hockey's not all about the records. I mean, not even high school hockey. I mean, it's not all about the records. You don't want to play, a bad schedule and have your record look good. You want to play, you saw it with Greenway in 2019. Yes. Grant Clafton scheduled a very good schedule, and they played a lot of good teams.
Well, that's how you prepare your team.
Didn't have a very good record. Doesn't matter. Regular season does not matter. What matters is where you are in March.
That's right.
Either at home or at the XL Energy Center.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so 20 seconds remaining in period 3. Still 2-2. Shot there out front goes wide of the net. Now the Lightning will bring it out. Here shoots it to neutral. And it's going to be shot right back in by Hibbing Chisholm. 3 seconds remaining. The time's going to tick down here. And that's going to do it for this game between Grand Rapids Greenway and Hibbing Chisholm. I don't think we're gonna have an overtime here.
Yeah,
I would think.
I don't know. Hibbing coaches are all sitting down. Maybe they just get a good talking to. You know, coaches give them a little pep talk. What did I see here? Edina over Wyzetta yesterday, 5-2.
Edina's playing very good hockey.
That's what I was looking for. St. Thomas Academy beat Duluth East 7-1 yesterday.
Yeah, Duluth East is really down right now.
You know, and for them to play against Virginia, and they won that game with, the 2 goals they scored were like really surprise goals that should have never went in the net, and they won that game 2-1. I think we're going to an overtime. It looks to me like there might be a few minutes left here. Maybe play a 3-minute overtime something. 5 minutes.
Probably a 5-minute overtime.
Yeah, that's what they just said. 5 minutes.
But I was talking about Edina boys hockey. They're playing very good. They beat Benilde St. Margaret 6-2 now this week, and they beat Wyzetta 6-3, like you said.
Yeah, and another game that really surprised me: St. Michael Albertville beat Minnetonka 3-2 yesterday. That St. Michael Albertville, you've seen them come through, and it's been really weird that St. Michael Albertville, seeing them come through, that they played. They've had some good games. And they've had some that weren't so good. It's been actually really really good to keep up on these scores this year and see some of these teams that I wasn't aware of that were out there, becoming better and better every year.
So our overtime period is underway from the IRA Civic Center. It will be a 5-minute, 5-on-5 overtime. Kind of wish they decided on maybe a 4-on-4 or a 3-on-3 overtime.
I'm going to say that right to the end.
Yep.
Let's get a winner. Let these kids come play. They want to win. They don't want to leave here with a tie.
Yep.
I'll give a shout out to Jay Kittner from Hibbing. Just said, great job for putting this game on. Not a problem, Jay. We do this because we love to do this, and so thank you for watching.
Lightning send it through neutral, now in front of the benches. Now battle for it in front of the Hibbing Chisholm bench. Lightning come away with it here. Brought in by Grand Rapids Greenway. Shot right on and covered up by the goaltender of Hibbing Chisholm, Heber.
A lot of these goalies, they played quite well, made some really nice saves. Just playing tough. Another score last night, which it just kind of doesn't surprise. Hermantown 12-0 over Greenway of Coleraine last night.
Yeah, not surprising.
No, it's not. I felt bad, when I seen the score.
What were the shots?
You know what? I'll take a peek here.
In the Hibbing Chisholm zone. 3:20 remaining in our overtime period.
Shots were 48-11 in favor of Hermantown last night.
I thought there would have been more shots.
Yeah, I did too. They had 17 in the first, 22 in the second, and only 9 in the third. I don't know. I'll peek here and see who got some goals on this thing. Ethan Lund, Janzik, Pionk, Carter Rother, Ty Hansen. People that you expect. Ethan Lund, another one. Peterson, Ancliffe, Dowd, Ancliffe. Zamplant, I was wondering, I didn't see his name. He finally got one. He got one at the end of the game at the 15:47 mark of the third period. Second period, so.
They scored one in the third period, too.
He did. Jesus, he's just an amazing hockey player.
Well,
I watched him play one time, and I was impressed.
Yeah, 2 goals to make it 11 and 12-0.
Yes, I see that. Gosh, I don't even know what his record is. He's probably got to have 40 goals by now.
Back to neutral. Offside there. Probably could be an intentional offside. Before I never used to understand intentional offsides, but I guess here's my thing. if I feel like the player knows that there's players off sides and they just shoot it, right away, I just feel like that's intentional offsides. And, I don't always bring it down, but if it's, obvious, like the team is tired or something, probably bring it all the way down into their zone.
Another thing, too, is I think at this age sometimes you're not aware where your teammates are at. That's a big thing. I've always said, you're not aware. Your head's down. You need to be aware where your teammates are, or it's going to be the icing.
Shot there by the Blue Jackets. Covered up by Christie. It's running time, overtime.
I noticed. I was wondering how that went by so fast.
I was too. Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
What?
And I see our next game, the Pee Wee Bees are getting ready to play. Hibbing and Grand Rapids are all lined up watching the tail end of this game.
Yeah, two programs with good Pee Wee programs, Grand Rapids and Hibbing Chisholm. I think Grand Rapids has 4 Pee Wee teams, and then, of course, Hibbing Chisholm has a very good Pee Wee A team.
Yes.
And I would expect their Pee Wee B1 team is going to be very good as well.
I would think so.
I'm expecting a very good hockey game. Also the Grand Rapids Pee Wee B1 Orange team has Will Miskovich from Greenway. He would have been on the Pee Wee AA team, but he did not. He open enrolled to Grand Rapids, so that's the rule here in the Graha Association. If you open enroll, you cannot be on the A team for your first year in the program. So he's a very good player, Will Miskovich. Played for Greenway last year.
I just have to bite my tongue on that one.
Time's going to tick down here. That's going to do it from the IRA Civic Center. This game will end in a 2-2 tie. Very entertaining hockey game, Eric.
Oh, hey, great hockey game. They played well. I would have to say the way Hibbing, they were down. They came back. They tied this game up, but I think just a couple minutes left in the game, and the way they did it was that they just kept coming at the goalie. So great job to both teams. Excellent hockey game, Now we'll get ready for the next one.
Yeah, we have another youth game. Like we said, Pee Wee B1s, Hibbing Chisholm and Grand Rapids coming your way next on Up North Hockey. So make sure to tune in for that. Should be another good game here from the IRA Civic Center. So we'll see you in about 5 to 10 minutes for that one.
Yeah, I expect them to hit the ice here real soon.